Good evening, guys, and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, I don't have a haul. I don't know what day I said we were gonna go to Meijer, because honestly I don't really know entirely what day we were normally kind of going on to Meijer. Like for a long time it was always on Thursday, then it seemed like we moved up to Wednesday, but then because of not having electricity yesterday for almost the entire day, and on what was it, Monday, my dad being home, so then, you know, we were still trying to kind of do some holiday things and family things and stuff like that. Not holiday stuff, but like cleaning and you know, just he was still on sort of his break from the week that he was off before, and then the Monday when he didn't realize he had off of work. So like I was saying, he you know, like I just didn't wind up doing too much on Monday, and then again yesterday we had no power, and so I was like, I can't make my grocery list, you know, and yeah, anyways, we ended up doing it today, or we're gonna go tomorrow. So I finished making my grocery list today for Meijer's, but my dad is going to be home from work tomorrow because he has to take my mom to a doctor's appointment. So I don't know how long it's supposed to be, but my dad was like, if we have the time, we might as well go to Tony's and Caputo's as well, because that way we don't have to go over the weekend or like on Friday or anything like that, and we can still try and get some things done when my dad will like have, you know, most of the day on Saturday up until my mom winds up taking her nap, you know, that kind of stuff. So if we can wind up, you know, again, getting as much of that out of the way as possible on, you know, a day where we're going to be out anyway, we might as well try to do that. So I did make my grocery list for those two stores as well, and I just have to kind of finish up a little bit of the Meijer stuff, but overall I'm pretty much done with that. And also too, because I had electricity today, I was able to get a ton of laundry done, because like I said too, I think I did laundry maybe on Monday, but yesterday I couldn't do any, and we have been behind with laundry. Like we haven't been like, you know, completely behind, but like I'll empty out the bathroom laundry. The amount of time it would take me to like get other people's laundry done, or waiting on people to empty out their clean clothes laundry basket for me to do the laundry and then fill up their laundry basket again. Like I would come back and then you know, bathroom laundry would be full again, and I'd have like my parents' laundry, you know, taken care of, but then the bathroom laundry would be full and overflowing, and so I couldn't, like, I was never like completely on top of it, and completely like you know, like I said, like everything was completely caught up with, like there's no laundry in anybody's baskets. I think I got a little bit caught up like that, where like I said, it wasn't jumping from like, okay, now I do my parents, okay, now I have to do the bathroom. It was like, normally if I stay on top of it pretty much every single day, even if I don't wind up doing it over the weekends, because a lot of times I don't wind up doing it over the weekends because we have other stuff going on, but so long as I stay on top of it during the week, like Monday through Friday, I will normally wind up only like having to really do only a couple loads in a week. I don't wind up, you know, and it will only be two, like if I wind up again every morning, I wind up going and, you know, gathering up all the clothes from the baskets, I don't even have enough normally to run a full load of laundry. Normally every like 2 to 3 days I will. So and it's like of one of the, you know, different loads that we wind up doing, like lights or darks or reds, whatever. So like I was saying, I was like almost caught up, or I think maybe I got caught up at some point after Thanksgiving, because Matthew came home for Thanksgiving break and brought a whole ton of extra of his clothes as well that he wanted washed. So I was like trying to get all caught up with that, and then like I said, I think over sometime at the beginning of December I was, and then ever since that I have never been, like I said, like 100% caught up, where like I'm going through and emptying out everybody's laundry basket in the morning, and you know, just going in the laundry room then and sorting the stuff, and then I leave the stuff in the bins in the laundry room sorted. So I've never been that caught up, like I said, since probably close to Thanksgiving time. So like I said though, but it wasn't like we'd be like, oh, like, you know, we just didn't have any clean clothes for that long. It was just like, again, I like was saying, go to one person's room and take care of their clothes, and then by the time I'd look, the bathroom laundry is full again, and then somebody else has got stuff that's full upstairs, and you know, and so then I do like just have to decide whether I want to do the bathroom laundry or somebody else's. And normally normally the bathroom laundry kind of has precedence because everybody's stuff gets thrown in there, so it's like, you know, whereas like if I'm washing just my parents' stuff and then Jack's like, I have no clean pants because I haven't washed anything in the bathroom. So like I said, normally the bathroom gets first priority over anything else, that laundry. And then after that, I'll kind of bounce around to other people's rooms. But like I said, I was just not behind, but just never caught up entirely. So I'm hoping to get like completely caught up because I probably did about 3 loads of laundry at least today. And I ended up, yeah, on Monday. The thing was too is that on Monday I ended up getting 2 loads of laundry done, but I left the other one in the washing machine, and I was like, okay, in the morning I'll just throw it in the dryer. Well, as you guys know, like I said, yesterday we had no power until the afternoon, so I couldn't throw the laundry into there until the afternoon. So I was sitting in there all night and all morning and most of the day yesterday until we finally got power back on. So like I was saying, I didn't plan that one very well, but I was also not expecting the power to be out for all of, you know, the entire day. So anyways, though, I did do 1 load last night just to get that stuff in the dryer, but like I said, then today I think I did like 3 or something loads of laundry. And then also too, I ended up loading up the dishwasher, but I didn't have anything to run the dishwasher, like wasn't completely full. So as far as that goes, I didn't, you know, have much to catch up on from there. But I also ended up editing today. So I think I finished Christmas Eve's vlog, which for us again was the 23rd this year because we celebrated a day early. So I got that done. I realized I thought I was like way further behind than I was. It's only like a week and a half, I guess, that I was sort of behind because I literally didn't edit at all last week, and it was kind of nice like not to have to again do any of that stuff because most of the days I was like going and, you know, again too, we were doing all of our project things and stuff like that. I didn't have a whole ton of downtime where like you know, and also too because everybody was on vacation at the same time, it was like, oh, like let's watch a movie together, like let's do this together or whatever, you know. And so we were spending a lot of time just like out in the living room, and when I'm out in the living room, I don't like to just be like, oh, let me put my earbuds in now and like edit, kind of just, you know, not be involved with what's going on. So I like to still like, even if I'm doing something in there, you know, being on my phone or my Switch or like, you know, my computer, but like not, you know, still being able to be involved in what's going on or conversations and stuff like that. Because like my mom will do that too, like, you know, if she's working on her computer, she'll bring it in the living room, but then like, you know, she'll still be able to be involved in like the conversations we're having, you know, and that kind of stuff. So like I said, and you know, editing, I have to be able to hear what's going on, and I can't, you know, just, I don't want to be rude and turn it up so that, you know, nobody can hear the conversations that are going on. And at the same time too, I want to put my earbuds in so that again, I, you know, like not paying attention to anybody. So I did wind up though getting 3 done today, and then I also uploaded 2 that I had previously edited. So now I had 3 edited prior, but I uploaded 2 of them, so now I've got 4 that I can upload all 4 of those tomorrow at the same time, because normally I do them in like 2s. If I'm behind, I'll try and at least make sure that I upload in like 2s. So anyways though, I did wind up getting to that today, which was really awesome. And like I said too, I'm not as behind as I really thought I was. I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be horrible because, you know, of, you know, not doing anything at all last week. But it really actually not quite as bad as I thought, because I was so caught up already. Like I was only a day behind, I think, when I hadn't edited anymore. So anyways though, guys, yes, like I said, I got my grocery list done. I was able to do all of my things that required electricity because I had no electricity at all yesterday, and that was frustrating. Like, you know, I was super happy that I was able to read and catch up on my book that I also hadn't read at all since before Christmas, but like, you know, at the same time, it was an all-day thing when it should have only have taken until 2 o'clock. Ended up taking until like 5:15, I think, was when we finally got power up back on. And originally too, when we looked, they said that it was going to be noon, and then the letter that they had earlier, you know, sent out said 2 o'clock. And so we're like, oh, like that's nice, like noon, and you know, instead of 2 o'clock. And then all of a sudden they push it back until 5:30. They're not turning our scheduled power outage, you know, back on for, which I think is crazy. Like I said, well, it's the middle of winter outside, like to turn off people's power is just bizarre to me. And you know, like I said, if over something that's not like life-threatening, or you know, it's not you know, again, like, there's not trees hanging on power lines. There's not, you know, anything like that is again, like, life-threatening that needs to be handled immediately. It was like, oh, this is scheduled tree trimming, which, like I was telling you guys, they do that stuff in the spring and the summer. So what was scheduled tree trimming now in the middle of winter that they had to turn the electricity off for, I have no clue, because even when they do that in the spring and summer, we've never had our power turned off. In the 5 years or whatever we've lived here, that has never been a scheduled outage for tree trimming. So like I said, I have no clue what was going on as to why, you know, like I said, this weird occurrence happened that they had to turn it off for. Because, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I've seen them when they do the ones, because it's back behind our house is where our power lines are. And I've watched in the summer times, because I can see right out my window them on the trees back behind, you know, our houses and everything like that. And I see the guy on this one tree that I was like, oh my gosh, how is he up that high on a tree that literally doing this? And it was doing this, like, over the power lines. And I was like, dude is gonna fall. Like, and, you know, the tree branches are going to snap and he's gonna wind up on top of the power lines. Like, you know, but that didn't happen. So, like I said, like, the risk that they take at that time versus, like, yesterday, whatever they were doing, just doesn't, you know, and on top of that too, because they do scheduled maintenance on the trees anyway, like I said, like when they do the stuff in the spring and in the summer. My dad was trying to make the argument yesterday, why did you guys schedule this now that there's scheduled tree trimming when you guys wind up doing it, like, in the spring and summer? Like, how did these trees grow so quickly that you guys, you know, like, had to have it done right now? Like, and it was such an emergency that, you know, we had to have our power turned off in the middle of winter for. You know, like, you guys monitor that kind of stuff, you know, like branches of trees that wind up growing over the power lines, you know, like, they have to be cut. Like, it's kind of ugly, the ones that are, like, out in front of people's houses that have power lines in front, because, like, the trees wind up, like, having to grow around them because of the way they cut them and everything like that. So it's, like, really ugly. I don't like it. That's why when we got our tree for our parkway, like I said, our power lines are behind our house, but when we got our tree for our parkway, they gave us, like, a letter, and they said if you have, like, front power lines, you can only pick from these trees because they're more like dwarf trees, so they don't grow very tall, so you won't have a problem a lot of times with, like, tree trimming and stuff like that, because they don't get tall enough where they'll interfere with the power lines. So, or also too, like, they, you know, again, have different type of growing patterns or whatever it is that, like, the trees won't, you know, can be trimmed so that they don't interfere with the power lines as well. So, like I said, they're very, like, you know, there's things that are very particular in our town about trees and power lines. So, like I said, I feel like it was more like something like, you know, because of the storm, like, you know, something happened that they were alerted to, and then noticed, like, oh, we need to, like, take this, which it was seemed like it was a tree that they took out yesterday, not just trimming, you know, this tree that needs to be taken out, and that was what they ended up doing. Because, like I said, we couldn't get a straight answer. Like, the story changed, like, 8 different times as to, like, what they were actually doing and taking care of and stuff like that. And like I said, you know, like, it's gonna be funny if we wind up seeing them out in the spring and, you know, summertime now trimming trees, when we'll be like, well, you guys turned off our power for that. Why did you guys, you know, like, you guys didn't need to trim the trees right now because, you know, we had power outage because you guys had to trim the trees in the winter, and they don't grow that quickly in just a couple of, you know, like, honestly, it would probably be like by April, May, June that they'd be out there probably trimming the trees. I would say like May, June. I wouldn't think July, but I think like those are normally the times I want to say when I've seen them doing it. And like even later into the summertime, but you know, like, that's only a couple months away anyway. So, you know, like I said, it's really weird that, oh, all of a sudden now, you know, they randomly had to do it. Like I said, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm just a little salty about that from yesterday, just because, like, you know, and also too, the other thing that I think is more important is when you were told one thing and then it winds up, you know, like I said, the letter originally came out that it was going to be from 9 until 2 o'clock. So if you have medical equipment or had to use a generator, or, you know, had to, you know, had your electronics powered up, you know, and charged and everything like that, but then you're getting pushed back 3.5 hours later. Like I said too, people have like medical equipment that they can't power because, you know, they were only expecting it to be out for a few hours, and then you end up making it even longer than that. Or again too, if somebody's working from home and is expecting, okay, well, there's a few hours where I'm not going to have power, and then it turns into, again, multiple hours after that. You know, like I said, like that's the thing that I think is way worse. And then again too, whereas my mom saw from the app, like they said the you know, scheduled outage, and it was only supposed to be until noon, even though again the letter they sent out was 2. We were like, oh wow, they're moving along really quickly, like they'll be done really fast. Like that's only like 3 hours. And then when my mom actually went over there to ask when the power was going to be back on, like the people that were working outside, they were like, oh, it's supposed to be very soon, we ran into more problems than we realized, or something like that. And so you know, like I said, I don't know what problems it was that they were running into, you know, from like maintenance tree trimming. Like I said, it seems insanely bizarre to me. Like, you know, I don't know, like scheduled tree trimming versus like something happened, because that's what we were told, was that it was scheduled tree trimming, but then that the trees suffered damage from the previous storm earlier, like, you know, before Christmas or whatever, when we had those high winds. So it's one or the other, like, you know, but we kept getting the runaround with like, you know, oh no, it's this, it's that, you know, kind of thing. So like I said, I think the inconsistency is what upset me more, and also to the inconsistency with time too, but also to the reason why they had to do it, and had to do it now. But I think I was telling you guys even too, when we got those really high winds, I think I mentioned that, you know, we were concerned originally, like, oh, you know, if there's winds, we could lose power or whatever. And I told you guys that was really weird though, that our internet cut out like 3 times. So I mean, possibly it could have had something to do with that, and it was, you know, affecting maybe not the power lines, but our like internet was being affected from it. And so because of that, the you know, they noticed like, oh yeah, you know, there's a problem with this tree or these trees, or, you know, whatever it is, and that's why, you know, like the internet's problem prompted them to realize that it could be a bigger problem than with the electricity. You know, like if that happens and it's strong enough wind, or if, you know, tree breaks on it or whatever, you know, I don't know, it just seems, you know, again, bizarre to me, because they are supposed to be handling this stuff so that we don't have to have our power shut off when it's cold outside and we have to heat our house. And the other crummy part about yesterday was that because it was so overcast, it was dark in our house like all day, and we have no electricity. So like it was hard to even read yesterday, like it was hard to literally do anything because it was dark outside, to top all of that off. And I know that's nothing like they can plan, but you know, they just had the date that they were going to do, but it was just like, you know, it was nothing was cutting us a break yesterday. So I'm happy to have had some, you know, again, just being able to get back to my electronics and get the things done that I have to get done. Like I said, laundry, and, you know, you miss kind of doing chores when you can't even do them. Like I didn't realize how like much I was like, oh, like I wake up and I can't just go and jump to laundry, which is what I normally do in the morning. I was like, something's missing in my schedule for today, like, you know, because I can't do laundry and dishes and that kind of stuff, so, and edit and upload. But I was able to get to all that today, which is nice. It's just, again, we're kind of pushing back the groceries. I think, like I said, it's kind of planned that we were going to do it anyway, for, you know, like tomorrow, but, you know, we had to do it definitely tomorrow because I couldn't even make my grocery list yesterday. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, I'd love if you subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.